Yeah, this is take two. I ran out of storage. I ran out of storage on my phone. Anyways, well, my name is Johnny. And before I talk a little bit about my different Tony Horton and P90X, I guess I'll tell you a quick story. Okay. I'll make it a quick one because I'm sort of I'm on the fly right now. Mm. Uh, you know, we're already in September. It's September 2nd. Mm. Back August of last year, I was sort of like scratching my head, going like, "Hey, hold on, wait a second. I don't think some miraculous event is ever going to take place in my life, ever." Because I was waiting for like some miraculous event to take place or something. Mm. In order for me to start exercising physically on a daily basis, on a regular basis, you see the story that was going on in my head since way before February 1st, 2022. This the story that was literally like running my life for like the past decade was like, oh, now once I reach my goals, once I'm hitting my targets, then I'm gonna start exercising physically on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and I'm committed because if I do this, which I am, because I'm committed, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna take like vitamins and stuff, and I'm gonna start taking really good care of myself once I'm already there. Like once I reach my goals. Mm. You see the story going on in the back of my head was, nah, well, I'm good. Like, I still have a six pack from when I was in college. Like, well, once I reach my goals, then, like, once I'm already there, then I'm gonna start exercising on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and I'm committed. I'm gonna do this thing right. I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna really start like watching out for myself and stuff. And a six pack from when I was in college, that was the furthest thing from the truth. I dropped out of college when I was what, like 21 years old. I'm 33 right now. I dropped out of college when I was like 21 years old. Heck, I dropped out of high school my sophomore year. Yeah, I got a GED, went back to college, passed a couple classes, and I wanted to dropping out of college when I was like 21 years old, and I didn't have a six pack. I probably had a six pack of booze. You know what I'm talking about. So, I'm 33 right now. So fast forward to back August of last year. Um, I was like nah, I was so scratching my head, like going like, nah, you know what? I don't think some miraculous event is ever going to take place in my life, ever, in order for me to start exercising physically on a regular basis. Um, uh, in order for me to start exercising physically on a daily basis. Mm. And I was at the point where I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. Now I don't know if you've ever gotten been at that point in your life when you draw a line in the sand and you say enough is enough. Well, I was at that point, uh, and I made a decision like this can't continue going on. This can't. This is just the way I'm living my life. There's just something seriously wrong about it. Like I'm tired of having pain and problems. And I made a decision. Like no, I have to start exercising physically on a daily basis. So it started off. With 1,000 push-ups in the morning. I'll do 1,000 push-ups and then 1,000 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, and then it sort of evolved into 1,000 push-ups, 100 pull-ups, 100 curls or so. And then I was like, now, well, you know what? In order to get any results, for sure, I have to get in some cardio. So I decided to start walking a mile every day. And I did that. Why walk a mile? That's a great question. Uh, so that I can get my body moving again, like after a decade. Mm, and I can get like some fresh air in my lungs and stuff. Mm. And I did that for quite some time. I remember even doing that on Thanksgiving, and it seemed to be going quite well until I got a letter in the mail. The letter that I got in the mail was in December, right around Christmas time, and at the time we had an Apple emergency. It was an Apple emergency, and my birthday just happens to be on Christmas Eve. Mm. So instead of going to jury duty, I made an appointment that day at the Apple store at the Genius Bar at the mall, so that they could take a look at my iPad. What in the world was wrong with the iPad? That's a really really great question. Mm. I don't know if this has ever happened to you before, although this has happened to me. Like when you let your phone die too many times, all of a sudden the phone commits suicide. Like the phone just commits suicide. Like what do you mean the phone just commits suicide? um, like all of a sudden your charger won't bring your phone back to life, and you have to use a more powerful charger for like your MacBook and to power your phone back on. Mm. Well, I knew about that, and for that very reason, I would never let my iPad die, ever. Like it died on me once, although I would never let the iPad die, ever. and and that started happening, and I was like, oh hell no. Mm, mm. So long story short, I went to the Genius Bar at the mall. So they took a look at my iPad, and they did a great job, by the way, because now I have a Genius iPad. Long story short, to get to the point, mm, I obviously quit going on the mile walk, right? Because I didn't want to get picked up by a police officer or something. Mm. And on my birthday, on Christmas Eve, I made a decision. But by then, I had already been introduced to Tony Horton and P90X and stuff. And I made a decision. I was like, nah, I'm gonna start exercising physically on a regular basis, on a daily basis. I'm gonna start actually like taking care of myself and stuff. And it's already been uh, 90, 90, 207 days. 207 days. It was a P90X challenge. Like every single day. No matter what. And I already took on this other challenge too. And then this is a 60-day challenge. And then that challenge is to burn 1,000 calories every day during my workouts. Because I found out that in order to get any results, you actually have to burn a lot of calories during your workout. And it's already day number 10, 20, 30, 42. Day number 42 out of 60 of that challenge. So, to get to the point, long story short, um, we've all heard of the book, Think and Grow Rich, yes? Mm-hmm. That book has created more, it's by Napoleon Hill. That book has created more millionaires and billionaires than any other book of its kind. Napoleon also wrote some other books like Outwitting the Devil, The Secrets to Freedom and Success. And he also wrote another book called The Law of Success. Also by Napoleon Hill. And there's also another little book out there. It's called The Science of Getting Rich, because there is a science to getting rich. And that book is by Wallace Wattles. Well, the big secret in that philosophy that very, very few people are aware of is that you have to exercise physically on a daily basis. Like you have to take care of yourself. You have to take vitamins and stuff. Like you know, I'll say this. I'll say this. You know, all the professional basketball players in the NBA. The only way it's even possible for them to be highly paid professional athletes is with Think and Grow Rich. All the professional football players in the NFL, the only way it's even possible for them to be professional, highly paid professional athletes in the NFL is with Think and Grow Rich. All the professional baseball players in the MLB, the only way it's even possible for them to be highly paid professional athletes is with Think and Grow Rich. Even the president of your country, the president of the United States, the only way it's even possible for the president to be the president of the United States is with Think and Grow Rich. And the big secret in that philosophy, in the science of getting rich, is that, well, you know, I'll say this. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there. And I'm telling you, it's a lot of them. Who have this story going on in their head. The story that has been running their life for years. Like for sure. And that story is this. Once I reach my goals, once I have the money, once I'm hitting my targets, then I'm gonna start exercising physically on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and I'm committed. I'm committed that I'm gonna eat right. I'm gonna take care of myself. I'm gonna really go all out with it. And you know the truth of the matter is that no miraculous event is ever going to take place ever. No miraculous event is ever going to take place ever. Like the law of attraction is that right? Well, it's partially true. Although no miraculous event is ever going to take place ever. If you're better off going on an Easter egg hunt. And I can promise you that one too. You're better off going on an Easter egg hunt. Because no miraculous event is ever going to take place ever. Because it's simply a decision.